Hey, so today we're going to cover the topic of SBA loan consultants or brokers like myself, what they do, when to hire them, and specifically what they can help with. And first, I think we should make the distinction between an SBA loan consultant or broker and what they call a business development officer or BDO. So a BDO, business development officer, typically works for a bank inside of a bank. They are the bank's representative for SBA loans. Their job is to go out and talk to small business owners as well. But in the SBA loan consultant or broker's case, their job again is to go out and talk with small business owners to try and to develop business. However, the major distinction there is the BDO is typically captive to whatever bank they work for, right? So if they're going out and sourcing business, they bring you in, they're only able to have you work with their bank, right? Underwrite your loan at their bank, and if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work and you're kind of out. In the case of an SBA loan consultant or broker, our job is really to bring you multiple options. So I would say number one, the job of an SBA loan consultant is just lender selection, right? And a lot of times that boils down to just knowing what lenders like what kind of deals. For example, some lenders love franchise deals, right? Think of daycares, fast food franchises, quick service restaurants, that kind of thing. Other lenders like real estate; they have to have real estate involved in the deal. Other lenders specifically like car washes or self-storage centers. Little niche industries like that. So the job of an SBA loan broker should be to know, based on your needs and your kind of deal, what lenders to take you to give you the highest odds of approval. Can't guarantee approval, obviously, but we should be able to get you there with a higher percentage. And then two, along those lines, lender selection, a good consultant or broker that's been around for a while will know which lender to take you to get you the best deals, right? So for example, there are some larger SBA lenders out there, work for some of the larger banks, where if you bring them, let's say it's an acquisition deal that includes buying a building for the acquisition target, so for the business you're going to buy, there are rates. The rates can get as low as prime, right, which is 6.75% right now, and they can sometimes fix those rates. Whereas a typical 7A deal, if you look at some other banks, they'll charge you prime plus 2 to 3%, and that'll be a variable rate, right, which is subject to change each quarter. So knowing little things like that, knowing which lenders you can talk to about specific deals, is certainly a valuable aspect of going to a loan broker or consultant. Two, I think would be probably most important, would just be deal positioning, right? Deals come in all shapes and sizes, right? Let's say you're looking at an acquisition target and it had a prior year loss. Let's say you as the acquirer or the borrower have thin credit. Let's say you have a more difficult ownership structure, right? You have a few investors. You're trying to figure out how to put the equity injection together. Again, a good loan consultant, SBA loan consultant or broker, will be able to figure out how to position or frame that deal to the bank so that, number one, the bank can understand what's going on, and number two, they see it in a more favorable light, right? Whereas if you're just going directly to a bank through a BDO, you've kind of got one shot, and assuming that BDO does a good job, it all depends still depends on how their underwriting department looks at it. And then lastly, I would just say maybe types of loans, right? There are several types of SBA loans, and a good loan consultant or broker may be able to work with you, should be able to provide all three for you, right? So whether it's a smaller working capital loan, $350K and below, a lot of banks, and therefore BDOs, won't touch those kind of loans. It's just too small for their bank to work on. Then you have an SBA 7A, right, which is a flagship SBA loan. Every bank should work on that. Then you have an SBA 504 loan, which is specifically for real estate. So some banks won't do 504 loans, only 7A, or vice versa. Some banks love to do 504 loans, again for real estate, but won't do 7A. So your SBA loan consultant or broker, whoever he or she is, should be able to give you a leg up in all those cases, and present your deal in a better light.